Today we're taking a look at Thermaltake SWAFAN EX RGB series fans that are available in both 120mm and 140mm size fans, and they come in both black and white. Regardless of the color you choose, they come with plenty of RGB bling to light up your case. Looking at the name SWAFAN, you can guess that these are swappable, meaning that they come with swappable fan blades that will let you reverse the direction of the airflow without having to remount the fan so that the backside of it is facing an area that you're looking at. From a specifications perspective, we're talking 500 to 2000 RPM from the fan speed using Thermaltake's proprietary controller along with their software. They should push about 57 CFM of air and make about 30 to 32 decibels of noise while they're busy cooling your system. They have an expected life of 40,000 hours, which is a little bit longer than we'll be able to test them for. But let's take a look and kind of see what's in the box and how they go. Alright, now that we've got the box open, we've found that, well, they got the three fans, they got the three fan blades, and then the box of the goodies that are kind of off to the side. I'm going to start by pulling out the fan blades. So we have, this is a fan blade that allows you to set this up as an inflow or intake fan. And of course there's three of them. Look at all the nice packaging, the little inserts to kind of protect them from each other. So it's lots of fun trying to pull all these things out. But these fan blades will come in handy if you want to, turn around your fan motion without putting the frame in a weird position or pulling your whole rig apart. Alright, so now we've got the rest of the fans. We're kind of pulling them out one by one, nicely packaged and separated. As you can see, the fan blades are turned different directions, so you can get different airflow depending on the reason, the direction that you want to take your fans in. On each side, you have the pogo the pogo contacts on one side, and then the pads on the other that will allow the fans to connect together. And now let's kind of take a look at the box of goodies to see what type of wires and things are in there. Alright, so inside the box we have three sets of wires. So this will allow you to use an individual wire for each of the fans. We've got the controller. And we have a couple other cables, the Molex to power cable. So yes, you do need a Molex connector off of your power supply, along with a USB header cable. And then that item is a couple extra screws, some additional lubrication for the fans, and of course instructions. We like instructions. Ooh, a warranty booklet. That fell out in the box. Alright, so each of the three cables has kind of a USB header-ish looking thing, but it's intended to connect to the controller that you see there, and then it's got a magnet-powered pad on the other side that, well, of course they can kind of stick together as well. They use a little bit of force. But this is what you'll use to connect to the fans, so you don't have, kind of wires going all over the place. Alright, so let's try connecting it to the fan. Now, as you can tell, they are polarized, and so you're only able to connect them one direction on the fan so that you don't, go backwards and, light something on fire. Let's try that again. Yep, nope. It's just like an invisible forces just pushing my hand off of that. Alright, so let's try to attach them together. So the power of magnets, as long as you got them facing the right way, you match the pogo sticks over to the pads, and they just clip right together. The hold seems, okay, a little firm. Maybe it could be a little stronger, but I don't know. We're not karate experts. We're not going to hit these like a karate board or anything. So you attach these three together, and then you're kind of good to go. Then you really only need one of the wires coming off the controller in order to power all three fans. So if you're using these as AIO replacement fans, then this could be the thing that you're looking for, so you don't have to deal with all the different wires going around the case. So now we're going to take a look at the TT RGB Plus software used with the SWAFAN EX12s, just so you can get a feel for how they are going to get used. We've got our USB plug and our Molex plug powered up, so the controller is attached, and this is how it appears within the software. So first step is you need to tell the software what's plugged into each of the things of the controller. I've got the fan plugged into port number 3, so that's what we'll do. So we click on the number 3. Now we have to go find the product. So we have the SWAFAN EX RGB. And so you drag and drop that over to the number 3. Click Save. And then we should be in business to be able to go over and work on some of the profiles. We go to My PC and then on to fan speed. And of course it's not there. You know, we need to rescan or something, I don't know. There we go, now we're cooking. So now you can see this individual fan is kind of showing up, defaulted to about a 70% PWM speed, which gives us about 1500 RPM on there, and you can't really hear it in the background as we saw when we were doing some of the noise evaluation for it. We can take a look at the advanced options. So from a fan speed perspective, you can essentially choose your normal mode, PWM mode. You can customize a fan curve. They've got a few in here that'll let you go up to full blast, or you can go into the silent mode and then base this on your CPU, GPU, or system temperatures. So you kind of have your control over it. Now, as you stack the fans, if you're going to connect them together with the magnetics, this is going to be your one control for all of the fans will be following the same thing. Now we can move over to lighting. So with respect to lighting, you got two different RGB rings to kind of look at, and as per your normal, RGB sort of setup, you have kind of a countless number of patterns, swirls, waves. You can sound affect it, temperature, so you can kind of mess with the different fans to kind of give your rig that look that you're looking for with the dual rings. All right, now that we have the controller all set up, we're going to plug it in and kind of see what happens from kind of a noise and lighting perspective, to kind of see, what can we expect out of the overall performance and noise level of these fans. So I've gone ahead and configured it within the Thermaltake RGB Plus software, given it a test run, so let's kind of see, all right, is it smart enough to know that I'm plugging this thing in? Here we go. Now I've got it set to full blast. So we're seeing about 2,000 RPM on the speed of this 120 millimeter fan. It's got the RGB going. Of course, you can go in and tinker with all the different settings to give it the color that you want. So let me let you listen a little bit to the fan noise, and then we'll start adding some fans. All right, so I'm going to drop the speed now to about 50% on the PWM setting. We're seeing about 1450 RPM at this point, and of course it's moving a good bit less air out the back. And then I'm going to drop it down to about 10%, which should make it near silent for us. So this is about 750 RPM down at the base model. And we'll dive into the Thermaltake software to kind of show you the knobs and buttons that it has available for customizing the fan. But for now, let's get it back up to 100%. And let's give it a shot with, let's just attach a fan and kind of see if it picks it up and goes. All right, so now we got two fans running full speed. Again, it's like nothing whiny coming out of the fans. It's definitely, air is definitely moving. So that's kind of the sound that you're hearing. And then we should be able to add the third fan in as well. Alright, now let's take the set of 3 fans down to about 50% to do that 1450 RPM or so, kind of see how that sounds. And then on down to the 10%. Okay, very well. So next up, we're going to try swapping out the fan blades. Let's just do this for one of them. We'll set this guy right over here to light us up. Alright, so the fan blade swap should be pretty simple. I read the manual, so that always makes it kind of interesting. So we're going to grab this fan blade here. It says all we should have to do is just pull this thing out. So maybe I'll give it a little push from underneath, and I have not tried this yet, so that's the first shot there. And so it looks like we got a nice fan, fan assembly. We got the RGBs kind of going around there. Overall, pretty straightforward. Here's the other fan blade. Now, they did include some fan grease. As far as applying it, you don't need to the first time you swap the blades, but it says if you're swapping the blades a few times, you should probably add another dab of this. We're not going to. This is the first time I've swapped it. And so we'll kind of give that a shot. All right, so now we should be going in a different direction. Let's see if it looks any different when we plug it into these guys, which I think I still have down at the 10% level. I gotta get the right side. All right. All right, so now we got one fan that is blowing this way, and then 2 fans that are going this way. Let's see, does this sound any different performance-wise? Not too bad. So that's all that we have for today for you. We looked at the Thermaltake SWAFAN EX12 fans. The ones that we had came in white. They had some RGB bling on them, and we just got to kind of get a feel of what it takes to kind of get them up and running in your system, as well as the different features of the software and how they sound at full blast, because that's what everybody seems to care about. If you like this, subscribe to our channel, because we're going to be putting out a bit more of this content that's going to hopefully be of interest to you to kind of see how your products work that we review, and how you can put them to use. Thanks again for watching this time, and hope to see you again next time.